Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I can't even fathom just how long it's been since I've done one of these videos here on the channel, because this is one of my absolute favorite types of videos to do. And because it's been so long, this video is probably going to be a little bit long too. So go ahead and grab a snack, because it is time for yet another empties video. And baby, this is going to be my biggest empties video yet. But before we get into today's video, please make sure that you are subscribed and be sure to hit that notification bell boo so you don't miss when I upload another video. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, I would greatly appreciate if you gave me a thumbs up, because that really helps support my channel. And typically at this point in the video is where I would tell you that if you're interested in any of the products that I mentioned here today, to make sure that you shop via the links down below in the description box, because that also helps support my channel. But because this is so very many products, and because linking specifically on empties videos has yet to proven itself to be beneficial, I may or may not leave links to products that I really enjoy down below in the description box. We're just gonna have to find out together. Meantime, between time, make sure you subscribe to the channel with your post notifications on, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now, because of how my social media mother raised me, I am going to go ahead and organize today's empties video by category, but you all be sure to sound off down below. Does that matter to you? Do you prefer the empties video to be organized, or if you just don't give a damn? Let me know down below in the comments. But let's go ahead and get started, because we have a lot to get through today. So because it's my smallest category, I'm going to go ahead and start with makeup. So my first empty is my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I have told you all about this countless times on this channel. I actually didn't use this today, ironically, even though I typically do. While I may experiment with other things, this is always going to be home base. This is always going to be the standard. The shade, the undertone of the shade, the coverage, and the finish are just absolutely perfect for me. And I already have a backup. Another makeup product that I used up is this micro brow pencil from Morphe, another product that I have been rocking with on the channel and in regular life for quite some years at this point. Super affordable brow pencil that just works. Now, those of us that have been in, around, or entertained by the beauty community within the last decade or so are absolutely familiar with the force that Morphe once was, but the raggedy just kept raggedying, and for that reason I will not be purchasing this or any other Morphe products going forward. And let this be a lesson on capitalism and consumerism for all of you. Although Morphe, specifically their brow pencils, have been a repeat purchase for me for several years, Morphe has continued to show us who they are, and for that reason I can no longer support them. Now, your ethics, morals, and values may not be in alignment with mine, and you may be just fine purchasing Morphe products, and that's on you and your God, okay? But as for me and mine, we will not be repurchasing. I also have a few lip products that I have used up over the last few months. So the first lip product I used up is this Carmex Moisture Plus lip balm or chapstick, and this was just my car chapstick, specifically during the winter months, because I don't really keep chapstick or lip balms in my car once it starts to warm up, because I don't want it to melt into my consoles. But this was really great during the warmer months, and we all know that Carmex has that kind of medicated tingly feeling to really help tackle the dry skin and chappedness, specifically during the colder months. Now, some of us get chapped lips all year round because we don't drink enough water, but that's another topic for another day. But yes, Carmex is an OG brand and has been around for quite some time for a reason. Definitely worth a repurchase. Another lip product that I used up, I typically get from Bath & Body Works. This is the C.O. Bigelow Mentha Lip Tint, which I am almost positive that I have featured on the channel here before. I just may have featured a different shade of this, but I have been using these Mentha lip tints for years, and like I said, I typically get them from Bath & Body Works. I have used several shades of this lip tint throughout the years. I find that they're all pretty sheer, and I find that they all give me that same really great glossy, tingly effect to my lips, and really help to combat dryness and just overall making my lips look and feel better. And I'll continue to repurchase this. If you are interested in purchasing these, definitely stock up during the semi-annual sale if you're able. And I do have a couple of lip products that I finished up from Dior. First is this Lip Maximizer Hyaluronic Lip Plumper, and this was just okay for me. I do enjoy how it looks on my lips. I do enjoy the shade. I enjoy the tingly effects. But what I hated most was that this little wand, I don't know if y'all can see, this is not made for people with full lips, in my opinion. I had to dip the wand into this tube several times in order to get coverage and just performance that I prefer from this lip maximizer. So for that reason, this won't be a repurchase. But what will be a repurchase is my fave, the lip glow oil. I've already told you all that you would be seeing this in a future empties video, and the time has come. Now, if you are not new here, you already know how we feel about the Dior lip oil on this channel. I absolutely love it, from the finish, the performance, the wand, the application, just all of it. This one I got in the shade Mahogany, which I finished up a few months back. Now, as you saw in that haul, I have already re-upped on the Dior lip oil. That tube is currently in my bag as we speak, and I use it every single day. I love it. Is it necessary? No. Am I going to keep buying it? Probably so. So those are my little bit of makeup empties. Let's go ahead and dive into body care. First up for body care, I have this Dove body wash, and yes, this does say exfoliating in Italian because fuck capitalism. I support boosters. This was a great body wash. Dove is always a go-to and has been a go-to in my home for decades at this point, and will continue to, especially through the boosters. Another body wash I finished up is this one from Necessaire in the bergamot scent. Shout out to them for gifting this to me. I don't really know what happened to Necessaire in the last like 6 to 9 months, but this was all the rave for the girlies at one point, and I guess their marketing budget ran out because don't nobody talk about them no more. But anyway, FYI, I got mine in the bergamot scent, which is really refreshing and just relaxing in the shower. Now, while this is a nice and quote-unquote luxury body wash, I just kind of felt like it was just okay. Sure, it has all of these nourishing vitamins and minerals to benefit the skin, but Castile soap is right there. Another body care product I used up is this Sweet Spot Labs Gentle Replenishing Creamy Full Body Cleanser. And I've mentioned this to you all on the channel before as well. Now, this version in particular is the fragrance-free version. And for that reason, I tend to use this in my nether regions. This is gynecologist tested and approved. It doesn't have sulfates, glycerin, or essential oils. So for me, this is perfect for my purse. It's also not stripping because it's a creamy cleanser. It doesn't dry my skin out or anything else out down there. So definitely recommend picking this up. Now, I haven't used this cleanser all over my body just yet, but I do have a backup, so I'm definitely going to try that out and I'll report back my experience. But as far as how it cleans downstairs, top tier. Next body care item I used up is this Skintimate Moisturizing Shave Gel, which is another product that I have been using for years at this point, but this is probably the first time that I have mentioned this on the channel. Y'all know me to use Nair, but sometimes I don't have time to wait on Nair and I just need to get the hair off real quick. So I'll go in with my razor, and this is typically the go-to shave gel. It's affordable, it's accessible, and this bottle or this tube, excuse me, beautiful. This tube, whatever you want to call it, is 2.75 ounces, so I can also travel with this. I have traveled with this quite a few times, even internationally. You know what I'm saying? Just put it in a sandwich bag so it doesn't explode. It'll be fine. But love this, and we'll continue to repurchase. I also used up a few Dove deodorants, which I have also mentioned previously on the channel several times as well. This one is the Dove Original Moisturizing Cream Antiperspirant. This is just their original, just dry stick antiperspirant, which I have been using for years. Absolutely love her. Will continue to repurchase. Also used up their Dove deodorant sprays. This one is the Go Fresh Pomegranate and Lemon Verbena scent. And I also used up this Invisible Care Floral Touch scent. Now, while I do really enjoy these Dove deodorant sprays and they are effective for me, I will say that now that it's starting to get a bit more hot and humid, I do prefer the solid stick to these sprays a bit more, but I do really like these and will definitely continue to repurchase. Next up for body care, I used up this sample mini of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum Cream, and stop believing everything the internet tells you. This, yes, it smells really, really nice, but this is not moisturizing. This is not This is not everything the girlies be saying it is. It's just not. And I feel like people are either in really humid climates where this is fine, or they just really like the scent and are willing to layer 75 other products on this to make this work. And I'm just not willing to do this, especially at this price point. Not when shea butter is right there. You know what I'm saying? I can put any fragrance I want into my shea butter or my body lotion and be a-okay. So no. The answer is no. Last two items for body care / wellness. First up is this Hum Daily Cleanse, which is a supplement that I have told you all about previously on the channel. I did go ahead and finish another bottle of these. I've told you all how great these have been, not only for digestion, but also for the plumping and brightening and overall clearness of my skin. These, sorcery. Absolutely love these. And lastly, for body care / wellness is something that people close to me know that I hold near and dear to my heart. Something that I carry with me every single day, just in case me or someone I care about needs it. This is my Tylenol Extra Strength Rapid Release. Ask anyone about me, okay? I have these on me all of the time, just in case somebody gets a headache. Just in case somebody has cramps. Just in case that somebody is me. I'm going to always have these on deck. They work. They're wonderful. I'm going to continue to repurchase. So those are all my body care / wellness empties. Let's go ahead and dive into skincare next. So for skincare, let's go ahead and start with my cleansing oils and cleansing balms. First is this Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Botanical Cleansing Oil. And let me just tell you, this took me so long to get through. And while this does a great job at removing sunscreen, dirt, oil, makeup as my first cleanse in my nighttime skincare routine, I will say I will not be repurchasing just because I just like the experience and just the application better of using a cleansing balm over a cleansing oil. But if you're in the market for a cleansing oil, definitely recommend getting your hands on this one from Kiehl's. Since we're on the topic of cleansing balms, I have used up this Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm, and I believe this is the lemon mint one. And while it's not my preference to have this fragrant ass cleansing balm on my face, because it's a cleanser, it's not really on my face long, so it's not so bad. I've already raved about the Pharmacy Green Clean Cleansing Balm several times on my channel before. It does a great job, yet again, of removing sunscreen, dirt, oil, and makeup in my nighttime skincare routine. And even on days where I don't wear makeup, I can use this to really break down my SPF and just give me a thorough, gentle first cleanse before going in with whatever gel or cream cleanser I'll be using. However, if you do have an extreme or even moderate sensitivity to fragrance, they do have a fragrance-free version of the Pharmacy Green Clean Cleansing Balm, so definitely get your hands on it. And I don't know about this lemon mint scent, but as far as the actual cleansing balm itself, definitely worth a repurchase. And lastly, for my cleansing balms is this one that I use to travel mostly. This is a mini of the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, and I don't know if I've mentioned this one previously on the channel. This is another just great and effective cleansing balm. It just does exactly what it's supposed to do. Whether I'm wearing makeup or not, this gets all of the day off, just like it says it does, and I'll definitely repurchase. I actually already have a backup of this, so yeah. Let's do masks next. I only have a couple of masks that I emptied. First is this mini from Youth to the People. This is their Super Clay Purify and Clear Power Mask, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this. It's not going to show because it's white. I'll go ahead and insert a picture, but I mentioned this in a haul previously, and this is just like a detoxifying, purifying mask, just as it claimed. Of course, with this mask being so tiny, I was only able to try this mask a couple of times. I like this mask. It has really beneficial ingredients, and it did a really good job at clearing out my pores and helping to dry out breakouts the couple of times that I used it. But I'm still on the fence about repurchasing, or purchasing to begin with, because this was sent to me in PR. I should go ahead and disclose that again. But I'm still on the fence about repurchasing just because I have other clay and purifying masks that I prefer to this one. So We'll see. Next mask I used up is this Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Hyaluronic Clay Pore Tight Facial Pore Refining and Exfoliating Mask, which you probably, yeah, you won't be able to see that because not only are my lights so bright, the font on this packaging is so teeny tiny. Now this is a really nice mask to me because I could feel it every single time I used it. It didn't matter if I was doing a detoxifying, purifying night or if I was doing one of my hydrating nighttime routines. Anytime I use this, I could feel it. I could feel the spice. You know what I'm saying? I felt a little sizzle. Not a burn to where I felt like I needed to rinse the mask off, but I did feel this working every single time I used it. Whether I had exfoliated my skin recently or not, this had a little sizzle to it. I really like this mask and I'll probably repurchase it, but I do want to make a disclaimer. If you are new to actives, if you're new to exfoliants, if you're new to skincare in general, if you pick this up, definitely tread lightly or work your way up to using something like this because it does have a certain potency to it that may not be a good fit for you. Also have a few toners that I used up. This first one was gifted to me a while ago by Versed. This is their Baby Cheeks All-in-One Hydrating Milk, and it's called an all-in-one because not only can you use this to tone, you can also use this as like a cleanser and a makeup remover. I personally never used it for a cleanser or for makeup remover. I used this strictly for toning because I really enjoyed how this made my skin look and feel. Now, as far as me repurchasing this as a toner, probably not. While I like this, I have other hydrating moisturizing toners that I enjoy more, and I hated this packaging. It was not a good time. Speaking of hydrating and moisturizing toners that I just enjoy more, this is I'm just going to read the shortcut name. This is the Origins Soothing Treatment Lotion, which I have mentioned to you all previously on the channel in favorites videos. I've also included this in nighttime skincare routine vlog montages as well. I have already repurchased this. I'm actually currently using another bottle of this that you all will see in the next empties as well. Love this. Definitely worth a repurchase. Lastly, for toners, I forced myself to finally finish up the Fenty Skin Fat Water Pore Refining Toner Serum, and I honestly don't know if I've mentioned Fenty Skin on the channel at all previously. I've had this since Fenty Skin launched, and eventually, because I just kind of changed my overall skincare practices, I kind of just left this kind of halfway finished, but I did force myself to finish it in the last couple of months. Now, don't get me wrong, Rihanna totally won the Super Bowl as far as I'm concerned, but as far as Fenty Skin, the products that I have tried thus far have just kind of been underwhelming for me or just not a good fit. This one in particular, because it has witch hazel in the ingredients, I just don't care to continue using this on my face because it's not as hydrating as I would like. But if you're just getting into skincare and you're just kind of figuring out what works for you, this may be a good introductory level situation for you to go ahead and try. But unfortunately for me, the Fenty Skin Fat Water is not a repurchase. If you have made it this far into this long ass empties video, shout out to you because I'm fighting for my life. I want to quit and I'm the one filming it, but let's go ahead and push through. Next up, I have a few of my hydrating serums that I finished up. This is the Youth to the People Triple Peptide and Cactus Oasis Serum, which I have most definitely talked to you all about previously on the channel. I was already in love with this serum from the first time I tried it, but most especially that time when I burned my forehead and my titty. This did a great job at healing the scar, and it not only healed the scar, it healed the scar and evened out that complexion within 7 days. And if you want to see the proof, I included that in that favorites video, so go ahead and check the video out in the cards. But yes again. Another hydrating serum that I finished up is this one from Dermalogica. They sent this to me in PR. This is their Circular Hydration Serum, which of course you're not going to be able to see because of my lighting, but this I liked. Did I love? No, for various reasons. One, I just find that I have other hydrating serums that perform better. One that I'm about to mention to you next. And two, we all know if you're into skincare, the Dermalogica can get a lot pricey. A lot pricey. So for that reason, in my opinion, this is not worth a repurchase. But if they send it to me, I'll use it again. Now, the hydrating serum of all hydrating serum, aka the fountain of youth that Denise Adore put us on years ago, is the CosRx Advanced Snail Mucin Power Essence. Now listen, Denise told us about this fountain of youth years ago, but I'm assuming some white girl probably went viral on TikTok, so that's probably why y'all started listening. But I digress. Absolutely love this. Already have a backup and will continue to repurchase. Next up, I have a few moisturizers. So first up, for moisturizers, I used up this 3 Ships Radiance Grape Stem Cell and Squalane Day Cream, and I believe I mentioned this previously in a haul on the channel, so if I can find that haul, I'll make sure I leave it linked up in the cards. I really enjoyed this moisturizer personally. I already have a backup because they were gracious enough to send me 2, and Squalane works really well for my dry skin, and so I'm going to continue to using this, especially during the day. Now that it's getting warmer out, this is probably going to be even more hydrating, moisturizing, and plumping to my skin, and I can't wait to continue to radiate black excellence. Next moisturizer I used up was this Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream from Youth to the People. I like this moisturizer, but it wasn't necessarily a love for me. I just felt like it was a bit too lightweight just because my skin is so dry. I think I needed something a bit more weighted and heavy to actually give me a moisture that was impactful for me. So this wasn't bad, but as far as a repurchase, it's not for me. Lastly, for moisturizers, I used up this Avène Sickle Fate Plus Restorative Protective Cream. I have it's not going to show up because the packaging is white and my lights are bright, but this is a moisturizer that I have talked to you all about previously on the channel. I absolutely love this, and as you can see, I done squeezed the life out of this tube. As someone who has dry skin, this moisturizer was a love at first application. It just has enough weight to it to make my skin actually feel soft, plump, hydrated, and it gave me a beautiful radiant glow. Not only was this moisturizer rich and nourishing enough for my dry skin to last throughout the night, it also held up really well for me during the cooler months as well when my skin is even more dry. Absolutely love this. Definitely worth a repurchase. Also finished up another pack of these Peace Out Acne Dots, which I have also told you all about these multiple times on my channel. I've told you all how I've tried a slew of different brands of pimple patches, but these have always been the benchmark. These have always been the standard because not only were they the first ones that I tried, these have just been the best brand that I've tried, and there's a reason that I have had these in a bunch of empties videos and that I keep revisiting these. They just work, and 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. Last but not least, for skincare is the most important step as far as I'm concerned when it comes to skincare, and that is SPF. This is the Isntree Hyaluronic Watery Sun Gel, and I have told you all about this a few times on the channel. I think I've included it in favorites, and it's just been the best sunscreen that I have tried to date. Not only is it effective at protecting us from the skin cancer, it is also super moisturizing. It doesn't have a cast, and it doesn't burn my eyes. As you can see, I have finished 2 of these. Shout out to my sis Sheree for putting me onto this sunscreen. There's a reason that I have 2 of these already empty, and there's a reason that there's going to be empties of these in my next empties video as well. It's just an amazing sunscreen, but I will say shout out to my sis Sheree again. These may have been reformulated. Just based off my experience with how wonderful this has been to my skin already, I am willing to repurchase and revisit the product to see if it does still work for me, but hopefully it doesn't burn my eyes. We gonna see. So that is all of the skincare that I am willing to mention in this video. Let's go ahead and move into hair. So first up, for hair, I thought it was fitting to go ahead and mention this waterless dry shampoo foam because it has been major key in helping me to maintain these knotless braids, which are most definitely on their way out, which is why they in this bun, because y'all not gonna talk about me. But this one is for thick or curly hair. I do believe waterless has different versions if they're still a thing. I actually heard about this a while ago from OG natural hair influencer Ambrosia Melbro, and I immediately picked this up in order for me to care for instances like this when I have my hair braided but I need to refresh my scalp, and this did exactly that. I used this a few times throughout the month that I've had my knotless braids, and I find this has been really great in making my scalp just feel really fresh and kind of relieve any itch that I may experience during the time that I have my knotless braids in. So as far as I'm concerned, especially when I have knotless, this is definitely worth a repurchase. Another cleanser that I finished up is this TressesOfAlexis Curl, Renew, and Restore Gentle Cleansing Rinse, which I have mentioned to you all multiple times on the channel at this point, unsponsored, because every time that I have partnered with TressesOfAlexis and before, notice that you all see a style. You all have never seen me do a TressesOfAlexis wash day because they haven't sponsored me for that. But if and when they do, just know that it is an organic partnership because I genuinely enjoy this shampoo. Not only is it hydrating and thoroughly cleansing to my hair and scalp, it's also got slip. What more could you want? And lastly, for cleansers, I did finally finish up this Body Works Papaya Castor Scalp Cleanser, which is a co-wash from their papaya line. I bought this so long ago and it took me so long to get through it because this co-wash is so thick. But even with it being a super dense, thick formula, it does a fantastic job at making my hair feel soft, and it has slip. Sorcery. Affordable, effective goodness, and we love to see it. Definitely worth a repurchase. Also finished up a couple of deep conditioners. This first one is from Sienna Naturals, which I may or may not have told y'all I was going to declutter at one point, but I didn't. This is their Plant Power Protein and Moisture Repair Hair Mask. And FYI, I do have a dedicated review to Sienna Naturals on my channel, so I'll make sure I leave that linked in the cards in case you are interested. But I like this. I'm glad I didn't toss it and I really got to experience it, especially now that my regimen has changed. I got to revisit it and see if it was really working for me, and it did. It's cute. It's a nice balancing deep conditioner. I really liked it. Did I love it? No. Is it going to be a repurchase for me? No. Another hair mask I finished up is this one from Briogeo. This is their Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask, which a lot of people rave about, and I used years ago, like I told you all, but revisiting this now, I like this a whole lot. Now, although I really enjoyed this hair mask in my hair, Briogeo ain't checking for me. And so for that reason, I ain't checking for them. Next are a couple of leave-in conditioners. This is the Miche Lavish leave-in conditioner, and they did send this to me in PR, and no. And last but not least for leave-in conditioners is this TressesOfAlexis Untie the Knot Nourishing Leave-in Conditioner, which I have told you all about countless times, sponsored and unsponsored. Love this, love the smell, great slip, moisturizing, softening, all of the things. Definitely recommend picking it up. Ooh, this empties video is long as hell. I do have finally 2 stylers that I finished up over the last few months, and I'm so proud of this first one because creams take the absolute most. They take so long to finish. This is the Curl Supreme Styling Cream, also from TressesOfAlexis, another staple product that I have raved to you all about countless times on the channel, both sponsored and unsponsored, so you know the love is real. Moisturizing, softening, defining, light hold, loves her down. And yes, I already have another jar of this already on its way to being empty. And last but most certainly not least, shout out to my sis Sheree for putting me onto this. I finished my new fave, the African Pride Rosewater and Argan Oil Curl Mousse. Remember, I told you on a recent haul, I picked up 2 of these. I feel like I flew through this first bottle so freaking quick, and I regret nothing. Shine, definition, perfect flexible hold, everything you could ask for from a mousse, and it's affordable. Get you some. I already have a backup. Folks, listen, that is not even all of the empties, but let me just tell you that this was all that I could muster. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and save those for the next empties because truth is, I'm tired and options are few. If you would like a part 2 to the empties and you want to see what else I have going on in there, make sure you let me know down below and make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Anyway, on your way to watching another video of mine, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.